On time here, 4:30. Call meeting to order. Pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3, roll call. Want to start us out, Bob?
Bacon present.
Sarvjit Chaudhry present.
Keyquan present.
Milky present.
Coin present.
Bars present.
Seeing a quorum present. Move on to agenda item number 4. Approval of tonight's agenda.
No, admit, no.
Got a motion
So
by
moved.
Coin. Support by Bars. Approve tonight's agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. And the agenda is approved. Going to agenda item number 5, approval of meeting minutes.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Support.
Motion by Milky, support by Bacon, to approve the December 16th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. And the minutes are approved. Moving on to agenda item number 6, public comment. Seeing nobody in the back, anybody
Nobody
online? Nothing? So, move on to item 7, reports. 7A, accounts payable.
Well, Hannah is not here today, so get my effort on this. Everybody should have a copy of the financials. We have the check run for most recent period is there. There's a few that I just wanted to highlight off that check run. We have a last bill for 2025 for lawn care from E Green Lawn Service. This actually is a bill from October that apparently was literally lost in the mail. We just received a call, Hannah did, just about 2 weeks ago, from them asking about this particular one, and we knew nothing about it. And it turned out that they had been mailing all their bills. We had been inviting them to email them, but they did not want to do that. Now they're going to email them to us.
Okay.
So we're not going to have this problem again. But anyway, this one did not arrive, and so it's being paid a little later than it was normally. But it's from their fall treatment service. We also have the last bill from Gutter Lawn Care related to their lawn mowing along the corridor. That also, although this one arrived just recently, it also dates back to the fall. Their last activities there with the fall cleanup that they do along that corridor. We have a couple of bills from Gordy Frazier Associates, which is a Township engineering consultant. One, you'll note there's for 5800 East Pickard. We've asked them to do a survey of that lot, looking at getting things prepared to market that property. This is the property at the corner of M20 and Enterprise Drive, just west of the Baymont Inn, that we bought several years ago to facilitate moving the sewer pump station number 1 in. So that survey is in process. The other item there is their preliminary work for the East EDA road project that we've asked them to gather up information on with the goal of preparing a preliminary plan for converting the industrial roads around Airport Drive, Packard Street, Corporate Way into Class A all-season roads. So that this is some of the preliminary work for that. And then you also see a couple of bills from Johnny's Lawn Care for the sidewalk snow plowing. They were just out here earlier this afternoon. It has been a busy season for snow plowing, so we're definitely using up a good chunk of our budget this time around. Are there any questions on the checks that have been released?
Should the West DDA snow removal go on their expense or?
It does actually. I know it's all one sheet here. This is the new format for this. If you look in the far left column, anything that's labeled 248, I appreciate you asking, I should have mentioned it. Anything that's labeled 248 is East DDA fund. Anything labeled 250, which is just the one check from the Army's lawn care, is the West DDA fund. So most of the charges for the East.
Okay.
Yep, so there's only one, right, for the West, 1596.
That's correct.
I'm assuming the consumer's energy check is really all electric, even though it says electric gas?
That is correct, yes. Moving on.
Well, I'd rather do a motion. Want to do a motion? Bars, motion by Bars to approve payables. Support by Coin. All in favor of approving these payables, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. The payables are approved. Okay,
Just a note on that, just as a reminder, I think it was our previous meeting in December, in case, I'm trying to remember if everybody's here, but those checks have already been written despite the fact that we just had a motion for approval.
That is correct. What we started doing last month, Hannah, our accounting specialist, had mentioned this in previous meetings, but what we started doing last month was rather than approving, was to accept the accounts payable. It doesn't have to necessarily be a motion.
Okay.
Because with the new system for handling check writing that she shared with you in the last couple of meetings, the checks are being, we're paying folks as they come in. We verify the charge and pay it, and then we provide you with the report. As she shared with you before, this doesn't change that if you have any question about any payment, that absolutely bring it up, and we'll get you the information you need. And if there's a problem that is identified here, we certainly will get it resolved.
okay.
I would still appreciate motions for acceptance, though, just because I think it gets it in the record that this board is doing the oversight of those.
I mean, when it comes to checks, that's, my brain just always goes to motion. But, I mean, either way, but I'm okay, like saying at the end of the financials, let the record show that these were
We
paid,
reviewed it,
approved.
yeah.
So,
So you have the revenue expenditure report for the East DDA. This is through 12/31/2025. There are a few invoices that always come in late, and so there are a few that are still being recorded under 2025. So you'll see an updated version of that next time, but this covers the vast majority of the items for the year. Happy to answer questions about that or the balance sheet for each DDA.
so the balance sheet, we're looking at for East, like the 2.5 million.
That's correct. So we do have actually one item I'll mention here while we're in the East, and that's related to the fire department. Our East DDA, both DDA districts, but I'll mention it here, pass through a portion of the millage for the fire fund back to the fire fund. We handle that the same way we handle a pass-through agreement we have with the county, where we pass through a portion of the East DDA capture back to the county through a long-standing agreement with the county on the East DDA side. Our new finance director, we're sort of working with the Woodhill Group. They are continuing their work, the finance department, and looking for efficiencies and identifying the issues they're noting. We had an interesting thing come up with the fire fund, and that is that it appears as though we have been pulling, there's a deduction, there's a portion of that funds that are not passed through. In terms of, or at least that's what has happened, I believe intentionally, but a portion was not passed through. So we've had, you can see here, in about 80,000 to 90,000 in capture revenues that are passing through each year that go back to that fire fund. That number is actually higher. That's actually, I apologize, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's a little higher than that. So you will see later this year, we'll do a budget amendment to reflect that, a correction in that. So the correct amount will be passing through to the fire fund moving forward for 2026 and beyond. It was a spreadsheet calculation that was creating this. We want to make sure it's accurate to what's going forward from here. So that's one of the benefits of the Woodhill Group. They identified that, and we'll so as part of a budget amendment at some point in 2026 here, we will address that and so we correct it moving forward.
That goes to Mount Pleasant?
Well, it goes to our fund. It's a fund that we use to, as part of our contract with
right.
Pleasant. But it doesn't go directly to Mount Pleasant.
Oh, I see.
We do pay the city of an agreed-to fee
Right.
each year, but a large part of that is a capital fund for a new fire truck down the road.
Okay.
Does that help?
Right, I see.
Those are largely the two things that money is used for, is one, pay the city for the service, and two, fire truck.
Okay, so now we can say, let's let the record show accounts payable report, revenue and expenditure report, and the balance sheets were presented to the board and filed. I good? Now moving on to 7B. What you got there?
This is a new item. This is the monthly report that our Community Economic Development Department provides to our township manager. He then uses that and prepare his report to the Board of Trustees. For a number of months now, we have been sharing this report with the Planning Commission. And I was asked a very important question by our manager, as why aren't we doing the same with the EDA board? And I said, you're absolutely right, why aren't we? And so we're correcting that. And so from now on, as long as you'd like to see it, this is simply a report of the activities of the Community Economic Development Department. So it does mention you as an EDA board. It's just what things are coming up on agendas, what things you've done previously, previous month. And it summarizes economic development activities as well as the other activities of the department. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about it.
Nice, looks pretty comprehensive. So moving on to item 7C in your packet, of the board member matrix with expiration dates for your viewing pleasure.
You have to fill out paperwork?
If you would.
Okay. I just did it for zoning board of appeal.
Moving on to item 8, new business.
Thank you. Well, you have our request for board action in the packet there, dated December 30th. What you have is a proposed resolution. This is actually a resolution of the Board of Trustees to establish a redevelopment project area under the state liquor control code that essentially matches the boundaries of our East EDA district. Liquor licenses are scarce in this year, especially for public on-premises licenses for restaurants, entertainment facilities, and things like that. It has become a challenge. We have in East EDA, we have a site that someone's interested in had been interested in operating a new restaurant there that needed a liquor license for, and simply couldn't get a hold of one. There have been as I understand it, it's not my area of expertise, these are held by private individuals, but my understanding is at least one of these licenses for this area has essentially been lost to us because it was not properly secured, escrowed.
Is it the Japanese restaurant?
That's the one that there was some interest in, yeah. There's a different, actually, I'll tell you, related to that, the former Kuji Hibachi Grill over by the Days Inn is one that's mentioned. Somebody's interested in that for a restaurant. Somebody else has actually started work over there. They've apparently have a lease, and they're putting a different kind of restaurant, not one that needs a liquor license. And so we're excited to see that before the spring. Anyway, there's interest, and this person that came to us with this request initially is still interested in opening something in the East EDA area. The State Act deliberately limits the number of liquor licenses available. It's done geographically, so many licenses, it's all by population. Of course, it's done so that we don't have bars lined up down the street. We spread them out a little bit. But there are a number of kind of relief valves that have been added to the state liquor control code over the years out of recognition that maybe that things are not quite, they're a little too strict essentially in some places. And one of those relief valves is specifically aimed at downtown development code districts. And what it says is essentially what the report here says is that in this case, a township board of trustees can create what the law calls a project redevelopment area, and identify that within the bounds of the DDA district. It can be all the district or part of it, and within that area, then, once that's established, additional on-premise liquor licenses can be issued for restaurant, entertainment, and it says recreational-oriented operations. And there's that the strict limits go away essentially within the boundaries of that space. There's some statistical reporting that has to be done, some standards that have to be met. Essentially, that the applicant has to agree to certain investments that they're going to make, not hard to do. And essentially, they're looking for information on past investments in that space. So there'll be some statistics that we'll provide to any applicant going to the Liquor Control Commission related to what investments have been made by this board in the East EDA. And that they will more than meet the requirement of the State Act. And as I said, the applicant will provide their own. They will be applying to the state. We'll get a notice from the state of their application, but the application, the fees, and all that, that's up to the individual business owner to do. And we simply are provide support for it. But it does allow for additional liquor licenses. At this point, we've only done it in the East EDA district because that's where the interest is, and that's also where we have some existing buildings and some sites that could be suitable for this. We certainly could do it if there's interest to do the same thing in the West EDA. It's a little more complicated there because our boundary is unusual. We have, if you recall, in the West EDA, the district was created with these long extensions where the district only involves the road right-of-way for South Lincoln Road, part of Broomfield Road, part of East Remus Road, M20, and part of South Lincoln Road coming right up here to Pickard, where the district is just those 66-foot wide width of the road right-of-way. That was done to allow for road improvements in those spaces, but it's not something we want to include in any district we create for this purpose. So we'll have to, as I said, do a little more work to geographically define only part of the West EDA district for that purpose. So we want to start with this one, which is easy. It's simply define the whole district, and then we'll look at the West EDA as things move forward if there's interest. For your purpose today, we'd invite you to consider making a recommendation to the Board of Trustees related to this resolution, if you're in favor of it or not. We'd like to have this on the next board agenda, which is actually next Wednesday. So this is perfect timing, as it turns out. So I invite you to consider making a recommendation related to the resolution, and we'll include that in what we share with the Board of Trustees.
One question, if somebody opens up a business, gets the license, fails, the license goes back to the state?
It does, right.
They can't take it with them when they move to a new location, so they can't move in just long enough to acquire a license and move on?
That is a great question. Yes, that is correct. It sticks with that business and it goes away with.
Yep,
with
if they move, they can't take it with them or sell it to anybody else.
That's
Or unless somebody else moves into that location.
That is correct, yes. Yeah.
Good.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You guys want to make a motion, or
I'll make a motion. You want me to read it?
yeah,
I can
you guys support? Joe, do you support? Go ahead, read it.
Actions requested to recommend to the Board of Trustees an adoption of a resolution to establish the redevelopment project area within the boundaries of the East DDA district to allow for State Liquor Control Commission issuance of additional public on-premise liquor licenses to certain dining, entertainment, and recreation related businesses in the East DDA district.
Any more questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. That motion is approved. So we can go on to agenda item 8B. We have this checking account deal.
Thank you. You have our report dated January the 9th. This is essentially the last step in the process that Handel Lynch outlined in the previous meetings. If you recall, what's being done is we're consolidating our check writing into one pooled account. The funds are all still properly accounted for individually in each fund. But we're writing checks out of one checking, one pooled account for check writing, just to simplify that process. We are, as noted in the report, recognizing the EDA board's previous direction that maintaining our relationship with the Isabella Community Credit Union is important. So although we are requesting EDA board support to close the share draft or checking account at the credit union, we are going to maintain the money market investment account there, maintain the funds that are invested there until, of course, are needed in the future for a project in the West EDA district. So what we're doing at this point is simply closing the account that we used to write checks out of for the West EDA fund check register. the credit union has asked to have documentation of EDA board authorization for that. So that's why we brought this to you for motion, in your support to confirm that your approval to close down that share draft checking account at the credit.
Questions? Guess makes sense.
Yeah.
It's having a dormant,
It's accounted.
non-functioning account.
It's accounted for, so what's the difference? Yeah,
So in the,
Saving money.
sorry,
saving money.
in the write-up, it mentions that, I thought I read it earlier, somewhere it indicated that someone had documented there's no cash in that account currently. It's been moved,
That is correct, yes.
but with ICCU, and it mentions it here right at the top, that you have a minimum $5 balance.
So we have currently 3 accounts at the credit union.
Okay,
We have the share draft checking account, that's what we're asking your approval to close. We have the money market investment account, which is where the bulk of the funds are in their current investment there. And then we have a credit union. If you've been a member of the credit union, you know about essentially the member account, you might say. It's a savings account that you have to put $5 in, and then you forget about it. It's there until you close your accounts, and then they'll give you the $5 back. But it essentially is saying that you are a member of the credit union. You have $5 in this account. You don't touch it. It never goes anywhere. It just stays there. So that $5 account, which we refer to here as a savings account, that's required to be a member of the credit union. So that $5 is there and will remain there.
so the money markets can be used, the market account.
Right. That's our investment account. The money's there. It's invested, earning interest, available for projects.
Makes perfect sense, thank you.
Any more questions or a motion?
I'd move to authorize for the township administrator to close the West EDA District Share Draft checking account at the Isabella Community Credit Union while retaining the associated money market investment account as funded and earning interest to support future projects consistent with West DDA District Development Plan.
Support.
Support by Bars. Hearing no more questions or comments. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. And motion is approved. And moving on to item 8C. Looks like we have the Outreach Festival of Banners. Action. What we got there?
That's correct. Yep. You have our report dated January 7th. This is our annual authorization for participation in the Outreach Mid-Michigan's Festival of Banners along East Bicker Road, in the East EDA District. All the provisions are the same as previous years, same number of banners, same location, new artists, of course, new artwork, but also the same amount, $4,500 to participate. This did not arrive quite in time to be able to have this on your December agenda, if there had been one, but I'm sorry, on your December agenda, beginning of November for some reason. But we wanted to go ahead and get this in. The outreach folks are excited about going with this again, and they've actually already reserved our Jameson Hall for some of the artwork to be completed later this year, late spring. So this would be an authorization essentially to approve our participation in this program this year.
How many years has this been an ongoing cooperation?
That I don't know.
It's been quite a while, as long as I've sat here, so.
That's all I can say, as long as I've been here.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked back to see how many years previously.
Probably past 2014. thinking. I sat on the ED board a long time ago, and we were doing it back then.
They say the streetlights go back to 2008 or 9 or something like that, but I know the attachment for the banners was added later, so how late, much later, I don't know.
Well, I would like to make a motion to approve the East DDA's district's participation in the 2026 Outreach of Mid-Michigan Festival of Banners event via the purchase and creation of 78 banners for installation and display along East Pickard Road at a cost of $4,500.
I second it.
Motion by Bacon, support by Chowdhury. This is already in the budget, right?
It's already in the budget.
That's fair.
Great program.
Hearing no more comments or questions. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. And the motion for the resolution is approved. Moving on to 8B of the agenda. Looks like we got closed session.
Happy to make a motion.
Make a motion or?
Happy to, if that's okay, Chair.
Yeah.
I'd like to move into closed session under Section 8(1)D of the Open Meetings Act to consider the purchase of real property, and also under Section 8(1)H of the Open Meetings Act to consider an appraisal of real property that is exempt from disclosure by Section 13(1)J of the Freedom of Information Act.
Like to support?
Roll call vote.
Oh. Roll call.
You want to read?
Yeah. Bars,
Point, yes.
Coin,
Yes.
Milky,
Yes.
Kiequel,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
and Bacon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By Bars, support by Coin, to come out of closed session. And we're moving on to item 10.
It was unanimous, by the way.
That's
Is
unanimous.
that a roll call or is that
We
just
didn't
a?
We
do a
just-
roll call, but it was unanimous.
Okay.
Item 10, pending business. Anything there? Item 11, director comments.
Just a couple of quick items. You may have seen the sign in the window over on Isabel Road and M20, the old Mount Pleasant Rental Center space. It's going to be from Ace Hardware. This is
Wow.
same owner as the Midland Ace Hardware. He's expanded. They're currently doing the interior renovations, and they've done some of the outside work. And we should see them up and going soon. They've been very busy with that. So.
He got lots of external outside, is he gonna have like truck rentals and other kind of rentals too with that, or?
So
Or is the building expanding, because he's got quite a bit of vacant land that came with that.
he does, and I'm glad you asked that question. So the Mount Pleasant Rental Center, of course, had stuff outside. We can't, that outside sales and display area and storage area is a special land use in that zoning district. That means it requires a planning commission public hearing and action to approve a special use permit. We can't find any record that Mount Pleasant Rental Center ever had one. It probably simply predated, developed a long time ago. The Ace Hardware, they actually want to do more of that. And so when we initially talked to him, we said, well, let's go ahead and get the special use permit in, and we'll get this done. Nobody's going to object to it, but you have to go through the process. The application, we hold the hearing, and it moves forward. But it certainly makes perfect sense based on the site and how it's designed. They initially wanted to be open before Christmas. Not by us, but then they did not get there. So they initially decided to simply move ahead without that part, so they could get open over the winter. My suspicion is we're going to see that application pretty soon.
Good.
But they absolutely do intend ultimately to have a good bit of outdoor activity over
Good. Hope they get it.
there. So the other item, just this is kind of a longer term thing. The MDOT is looking at doing some more work along M20 around Somerton Road and heading east there towards Leeton Road. They have long had in their long-term plans extending that boulevard further to the west. They have some safety money available because there's been some accidents at the intersection at Somerton, and they would like to. One idea is to extend that boulevard across Somerton. So basically, require anybody wanting to cross Somerton to do the Michigan left thing, where you turn right, and turn around, and you come back. That's what they did at Leeton Road not too long ago. So we'll see what happens with that. They're in the very early stages. We're going to be having some meetings with them, but we'll see where it goes. There's several possibilities that they could do to solve the safety problem at Somerton. This is one, but there are some other ways they can solve it too. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you up to date as things move forward.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I too met with MDOT on that, and they definitely are gonna do the Michigan turnaround with the safety grant money, but they're running it by the tribe and different areas impacted on whether we want a possible roundabout or some other way. And if that be it, then somebody else is gonna have to kick some money in.
Right. Yeah, that's
But right now, the base is the Michigan turnaround. So, I mean, it's a sizable job either, no matter what you do, how it's cut.
Well, and frankly, right now, they have not really done any engineering work. They've drawn some lines on a map, and many of those lines involve expanding into the Consumers Energy City Gate site there, both with a wide truck turnaround area like you see by the casino near Leeton, and then also additional lane, essentially, right-hand turn lane and such, going along that space. They'd be wiping our sidewalk out all along that area, basically east of the Baymont Inn. They would need additional land from Consumers Energy to do that. The challenge for them is there's a whole lot of natural gas pipeline infrastructure in that space, including a pair of large high-pressure gas transmission lines that run in that median that our water project ran into. We didn't ran into appropriately. They uncovered it as part of their project, did exactly what they're supposed to do. But they're right there, and so any work that's done there has to be done very, very carefully. And the amount of pavement, the things going on there, that they might have some significant challenges with getting that Michigan left done in front of that site. So we'll see, but yes, we're going to talk about some other options too, the roundabout, maybe simple signalization, there's possibilities.
So the project you're discussing doesn't come as far west as what they were still looking at, I think, right? With the roundabout in front of like Home Depot, because they didn't have right of way there, correct?
Yeah, the original plan for that, they would have needed some additional right of way. As they designed it, they pushed the roundabout on the Home Depot side into the front of the Bob Evans and Home Depot entrance there. They actually were going to impact the Home Depot sign. And it was the impact on the Home Depot sign that actually caused them to reconsider. I said, there's no other place for it. There's no practical place to move that sign. And so I was suggesting we push the roundabout north. They own the land on the north side. And that then led to engineering questions. They finally said, we're just going to take them off. My understanding is the roundabouts at the 127 interchange are in the long-term plan, but they're not. There's nothing financed. There's just nothing scheduled at this point.
Yeah, so this project that you're talking about, though, doesn't come that far west,
No, it
correct?
basically come to more or less end in front of Baymont. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Hearing no more comments, I guess we can call the meeting adjourned, 5:54.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.